Good evening, everybody. We are coming to you live from various parts of the Chicagoland and Wisconsin area here. I think we're missing one from the stream. Hang on. There we go.
Oh,
We had a full crew here. What are we just missing, Jamie?
We are.
Yes.
Yeah. But you know,
Okay,
she's the one that's hardest to find in the park. Nobody ever can find Jamie. I don't understand. Hi, Sydney. She's the first one jumped in there saying hello to us.
Someone found me on Saturday, but just all I heard is "Hey, Junkies," and then I don't know who it was.
We're like, hey. Oh, hello, Ed. Hello, Mark. Well, Sydney was the one saying she found you, I guess.
Oh, was that me, or was that Jamie? Probably Jamie.
So what is going? Oh, Leah's here. Now we need to end the broadcast.
Okay, that's it.
So that's it. End it. Call it a day. It was Jamie that she found. So thank you for joining us this evening. We are going to talk about the first 2 weekends of the park being opened. We figured it was, to be fair to the park, we didn't want to review the first weekend. There's always snags. There's always hiccups. So we wouldn't give them 2 weeks in before we talk. And it also didn't help that last week I was in Florida, so couldn't be around to do it live. So
Poor thing.
I know the
it
struggle
was
is
so nice
real.
being there.
going to check out the competition.
Disney. So we're just going to kind of talk here through different things with opening weekend. We'll talk about things such as, we'll talk food, we'll talk shopping, we'll talk some of the attractions. Brent's going to talk a little bit on the digital Flash Pass for us. If you stick around long enough, we do have a giveaway that will be given away at some point during the broadcast. Your very own Parkscape. If you haven't picked one of those up, we are giving one of those away this evening. What else will we talk about? We'll talk. Oh, we have a picnic coming up. We announced that last week. The second annual Junkies picnic, August 21st. Save the date. You've got plenty of time to request off work to be there. It was a blast. I mean, you can't beat 90 minutes of all you care to eat food. All for the low price of like $18.83 plus tax if you just need the meal ticket, and about $54 if you need the all-inclusive ticket, which includes parking, admission to Great America, admission to Hurricane Harbor, plus your meal. So
And
it's pretty
keep
good.
in mind, the gate price is now $89.99. It went up, so that is a deal.
That is definitely a deal. And that is one of the main reasons that we don't just publicly put that promo code out there. That's why we have you message us, because we need to keep that kind of secure so that's not being given to people outside of the Junkies community.
And if you do use the link just to the Google form, it does pop up when it acknowledges that you submitted the survey. It helps us gauge who needs help. So like, we can follow up if you need help on there, but it pops up in the description before the link what the code is, and then you just put it in if you look to the top right, it'll say promo code, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, upper right, it does say enter promo. Click on that, type in the code, you're good to go.
And then it pops up with your choices: picnic only, or meal only, or meal and admission.
Yes, you do have to purchase at least the meal ticket to attend the picnic. That is your only way to get into the private event that we are holding. So you do at least.
It's more than just they provided so much programming, and we have to take care of. You have all your care to eat, so it's more than a meal pass. They give you ice cream, so you get a snack with it. You get your drinks, and then we have the access to the presentation. So that's what you're paying for.
Yeah, last year, for those who weren't with us last year or who are newer to the group, we're talking presentation. We were given an exclusive sneak peek of everything that was in store for Fright Fest last year. And amazingly enough, we also had the Ringmaster drop by.
We had characters. I think we
Yeah.
had
Character
Tweety.
meter, we had Bugs and Tweety. Bugs and
Um,
Tweety.
and
Wrap
all
surprises.
right, yeah, we had a lot of surprises. So there's things that we didn't know about. Sometimes um, sometimes the park throws in a little carrot juice, a little magic, and they did last year. And we can't guarantee that the same magic will happen. It could be very different carrot juice, and we just look forward to the event.
Yeah, it's
We
just
even
so
had a
far out.
celebrity. Bob showed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, I was there. It's just so far out right now. We can't pin down what the presentation is going to be on,
Yeah.
or who's going to actually be giving us the presentation. So as it gets closer to the event, we'll be able to provide some more details on that. I did see in the comments there, I think it was from Ed, he's actually delaying his vacation a day so he can join us at the picnic. Now that's a diehard junkie for you. So
All right.
here's what. Now I kind of talked about what we are going to talk about, but I'm going to just bring up just a couple things we're not going to talk about because we beat the topic to death. We are not going to talk about the new season passes. We're done with those. If you want to get caught up, go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got the videos out there.
The one thing I'll say is people have asked if there isn't like a flat, can I buy a ticket and upgrade for $20 this year? That signage doesn't exist in the park, so we'll keep you posted. I'm presuming that because there's 3 tiers, it's applied differently. So that's one that we'll keep you posted on. This, I don't think a lot of you're not going to find that $20 rate right now.
No. And then the other thing we're not going to talk about is the new
Bruno.
dining pass on there, and we're not talking about Bruno either. So we're not going to talk about Bruno. But what do we want to talk first? We want to talk rides, dining, shopping.
I think that Flash Pass and Skip the Line change is probably the biggest change.
Yes,
And that might be the most helpful, and then we can go into some impressions in other areas. But we can let Brent.
No, you're all going to put me on the spot.
Yes, we are.
All right.
He's prepped.
And I have slides. So this is my Six Flags app as of a day or so before they changed that icon to the Flash Pass. So now the area where I have the shows icon, that top right button with the 2 faces there, that is now my Flash Pass button. And you can hit that to get to the Flash Pass area. But as of this time, you had to hit My Six Flags down at the bottom in the app. And this is also a good way to verify that your Flash Pass is on your account and active. You get to this screen when you hit My Six Flags, scroll all the way up, and down at the bottom, for at least me, for my season Flash Pass, it appears here when it's active on my account. And this is where you used to have to click. Now this button is effectively at the main screen. It pulls up a website. It's not totally in the app. It's not truly in the app. It is a website. And as you'll see here, I have circled log out. I just had a couple of strange situations. I had certain error messages. I had things refusing to work. And whenever that happened, I hit log out, then I hit log in, and lo and behold, my problems went away. So I'm just throwing this out there as an IT guy that tells hundreds of people to restart all the time, log out, back in.
I'll throw it out there that with Skip the Line, my Skip the Line experience, same thing would happen. Is it wouldn't show. I would claim and it wouldn't show it, and then I'd log out, log back in. It would magically be there.
Perfect. Okay, so even on the Skip the Line side. So here's me logging in, typing my email and my password, and then it's showing me that I do in fact have this Platinum Flash Pass. And then you get to the list of the rides. The most notable thing is that the rides are at the very top. When you're done and successful, it'll actually show you your Skip the Line and Flash Pass in that first line where Demon and Giant Drop are appearing. So right now, I'm logged in, no availability of my Flash Pass or Skip the Line because I haven't claimed them yet. To do that, you hit that little the menu burger at the top left corner, those 3 dashes, and you'll get a menu, and claim entitlements is what you're doing. When you go to this screen, it's going to give you advice that you have to claim a Flash, you have to use your email address. To claim your Skip the Lines, you have to use your pass number and then your last name. So another incident here is that I was going in here. I was hitting the email address, claiming my email, typing in my email here, and then hitting claim, but I wasn't getting my flash pass, and I'll explain that more in a minute. But making this a little simpler, you hit email address, you get to this screen, you type in your email, and then you hit claim. If you had multiples, you can click that add another button up there, and then it would give you another opportunity to enter information.
And I will say, like, if you accidentally, as a skip the line holder, follow that and hit claim, it's going to tell you, we can't find your pass. So if you get that error, it means that you selected the email address instead of the pass holder login. So that can happen because I think naturally we say, oh, let me enter my email address. But if you're a skip the line only, you don't have a flash pass. I did that once, just not thinking, and it just says, we're sorry, we can't find the associated email address. So if you get that, and you're a skip the line person, go back. And that's probably what happened.
Awesome. And by the way, we got to stop talking bad about Jamie because Jamie's joined us here today. And I want to say, I want to go on the record and say, I think this is the first time we're doing a live stream and we have the whole entire team.
This is awesome.
This is great. Love it. All right,
so,
Brent,
all right.
Let you go back to your thing.
Back on action. So in reality, after I claimed my entitlement for just the flash pass using just my email, I got back to this screen and it didn't show up there. I just still had the demon and giant drop. No flash pass appeared. I had to go back through there and claim my skip the line entitlement by using the pass number. So once again, don't freak out if stuff isn't quite right. Log out, log in, claim your flash with your email, claim your skip the line. If you are persistent, it should appear and it should come up like this. This is now the rides down at the bottom half of the screen, and up at the tip top it's saying, hey, you have a platinum flash, you have your skip the line bennies, and it says there's 4 of them. And this is where the fun begins. Now you get to scroll down, pick your favorite ride or the emptiest one you were standing near. And that little pinkish button in the middle would have said you can get on in 4 minutes, 10 minutes. In this case, we were first people crashing the park and it said get on now. You click it and then you come to the screen of the ride itself with the countdown timer. Miraculously, I caught it at 0.5 seconds. And then it shows you the ride is available. It's green and it says, what does that say? Now onwards?
Now onwards, which is an excellent change, especially for those of us in the skip the line world. Because last year we had to go wait in the long line. Then we had to pick a 1 hour window, which you had to be really strategic with the order, and wait for it to write. Now, don't worry. So if Brent was standing over at Batman and he wanted to go on Justice League, he doesn't have to run to try to get to Justice League. That now onwards means that whatever your time is that you select, that's the earliest time you can enter the line, but you can enter the line anytime after. So it gives us much more flexibility. And it also means that you can go ahead and select all of your rides at the beginning of the day. It makes sense because now you have the most flexibility and you don't have to wait as long.
Yeah, good point. This never went away. I left some of these sitting here all day long and they never went away, including the skip the lines. And I'm not sure the park wanted this, but it does make the most sense as soon as you're in the gate to start claiming your skips, at least the way it's working right now.
Well, and I think that's very similar to what I heard from at least my kids when they came back from Disney with Genie. Like, you just claim all your stuff and then you can add more later or claim what you're allowed to claim. You also can change your rides. We didn't have that flexibility last year. So like if you reserve Justice League and then you look through and you're like, you know what, they're both available in about an hour, I'll be there. You can give up Justice League and you can switch them if you haven't used them. We didn't have that option. You'd have to wait in the line and tell a tale and hope that they would switch it out.
Yeah, so this is such a huge improvement over waiting in that Flash Pass line. Kudos to everyone at the park and everyone at corporate who worked so hard to make this happen because, oh my Lord, is this easier and better. So there was my green check mark on Justice League. I scroll up and there's my QR code that I have disastrously X'd out. I'm going to get to that I'm hoping someone else covers me, actually, Erica, on that question. So give me 1 second on that. So here I was, and then I had the opportunity, as it said, as Sarah just alluded to cancel the reservation And I tried it out just to see. And this was another one of those weird moments where I had to log out and back into the app again. It would not work the first time, but the second time after a log out back in, it allowed me to choose choose another ride or just cancel the thing. And then we chose Dark Knight, I believe, because why not pick one completely opposite end of the park? And I was able to choose that right away. So new system, works incredibly well. I'd still love to see single sign-on. If anyone at corporate ever sees this video, that's my next plea: is you already know who I am. I'm in the app. You know my pass number. I'm in the app. Don't make me type all this stuff. But anyway,
I have to agree. Skip the line is just as cumbersome. You have to. Thank goodness they gave us the copy pass option inside of the app, because for everyone that you want to add, and maybe there's an easier way.
I have it.
Oh, okay. Because I had to manually enter each person. Like, it knew me. If it knew me, but if I wanted my kids to be on the same phone, I had to add everyone. But then once I did that, I logged out and I logged them in on their phones. It all showed up, so that was fine. It just, I had to enter, and it wasn't that hard. It was like copy and put in last names. But
Yeah, and my trick here is in at least iPhone land, and I'm sure Android can do something like this, and I can't show you my screen, but there is a feature called text replacement, and that way you can type in just a couple of letters and substitute it, have it substituted for a really long string. So I've put in all 4 of my pass numbers into text replacement, and for my family members. I have 0001, 0002, 0003, 0004. If I type 0001 into my phone, my pass number snaps in.
I'm all for that.
There
That's
you go.
awesome.
It works really well so long as you don't have to type 0001 in your daily doings and have your pass number all over your screen.
Yes, my cat has made the appearance.
So to answer Erica's question, it all depends on which level of membership or season pass that you have. The higher level legacy memberships, it is every time that you visit the park. Some of the newer ones out there, they're one-time use. So they might come out and say you get 10, but that's 10 for the whole season, not for
a day.
Each visit. Yeah, a day.
And I think platinum, like the legacy platinum, it's 1 per season. It's getting so difficult for us with so many different kinds of passes.
And for those who are joining us late, we are going to be doing a giveaway a little bit later on here. So make sure that you at least comment so we see your name, so we know who to enter.
I think Rebecca had a good question. I kind of went over it, but she says if you have 7 people and you or 2 people have the season flash passes, do we need to both use your phone? Can one person use a phone for both people? Oh, that's a Brent question. But that was for Skip the Line. I can say for Skip the Line, if you have a party that you've combined, which I've done, and I even have 2 people on 2 accounts, I can have us all logged on to the phone. It wasn't a problem. All the phones logged on with everybody Skip the Line. But I don't know about Flash Pass if you can combine.
I'm going to get more details on that because I'm a solo Flash Pass holder for my family. I do have two close acquaintances with multi-Flash Passes, and I'm going to get some screenshots from them. There's going to be either a PowerPoint or possibly, because the park is being so cool with their TikTok stuff, I might actually try to make my first TikTok and make it just a fun little 30-second run through of the Flash Pass, including delegating out to multiple family members.
And for Skip the Line, I want to give credit for Mike for figuring out, at least on the second weekend, that you could, with one account, make 2 reservations for the same ride. And Mike can kind of, I see he's on, so he can comment, but he showed me screenshots where you reserve it and then you just go right back down and reserve it. So you might be like 5 minutes off on your reservation time, but since you can go anytime after, you can technically you can get 2 reservations. So like what's Flynn's favorite ride? What's his front row? Is he front row Goliath?
Goliath.
Yeah. So Flynn can walk in. He could walk in and he can Goliath, Goliath with his 4 skip the lines
Wow.
and be in heaven.
And thank you, Sarah. I'm glad you said the magic word, reservations. For the season Flash Pass last year and the years before, you had to sit there and try to get the reservation for that day, just like you were doing the preferred parking. No more. You just get to show up in the park with your phone and you get to log in and claim your entitlement. No more of the claiming entitlement or reserving your Flash Pass. Thank goodness.
And no more waiting in line.
And no more
If
waiting in
you
line.
like, if you go to the Flash Pass building right now, and you say, I'm gonna pick up my Flash Pass or I'm gonna pick up the skip the line, they're going to stand with you and walk you through how to go through the system on your phone. I think it's only cash pay that, or well, we don't even have cash pay, but like there are very few people that have a reason to walk into the building right now. They
Yeah.
have their staff standing on the outside. So that's also a resource. If you get into the park and you get overwhelmed, you can't remember how to do it, walk over to that Flash Pass building. They have really helpful employees out there who will direct you to where you need to like help you walk you through it and where to
Yeah,
reserve
I missed the line. I went up and stood in front of the building for 20 minutes just for old time's sake. So that really concluded my Flash Pass, though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, thank you. Thank you very much. So do we want to go dining next or entertainment?
Sure.
Let's talk dining. So there's some changes this year obviously with dining. There's some things that were offered that aren't offered anymore. I mean, such as, the snack. The big one was the funnel cakes are no longer
Which we
offered as a
had to see
snack.
that coming because so a lot of times there's a pattern. It disappeared off of the dining plan document last year, and we had that rumor. And a lot of times it'll disappear first, and we'll have that 1 year to get used to it, and then it was gone. So, like, technically it was a bonus last year because it wasn't on our dining guide.
Right. I still want that Nashville hot chicken, but I don't see us
I
getting
really
that
do.
this year. I want to give that a shot, but we'll see if that makes it.
Let's see if Jamie says. Jamie has, it would be so
if we had
like holiday where they have to have a special Nashville hot chicken and make a post, Jamie. It'll make it happen.
Now, a couple things I do want to bring up on here. Got a little Dippin' Dots guy insight. I do want to share just a few things here. First off, meals can still be used as snacks. So if you want to redeem a meal for a snack, you still have that option. I know there was confusion last weekend over this topic, but yes,
it
you
wasn't
should
just
be able
our
to
park. This is confusion. Our St. Louis group had some confusion with that too.
We do have, and I see this off Rebecca's comment, Aunt Martha's is back. Claim Jumpers is now serving Aunt Martha's chicken. Claim Jumpers, along with another one of the dining locations, which is Watering Hole, which serves delicious mac and cheese, which is not open yet. I mean, for those of you who did come out to the food event that we held, I'm sure a lot of us tried the mac and cheese. That buffalo mac and cheese is absolutely delicious. I do want to say the mac and cheese is on the dining plan. So Watering Hole and Claim Jumpers, they will be open Memorial Day through Labor Day. So if you're looking for your Aunt Martha's fix or your Ilea needing her mac and cheese, she's going to have to wait till Memorial Day and then eat as much as she can until Labor Day. And then by then she'll be sick of it.
It makes sense because those have always been, we know which restaurants open no matter what. And we know which ones are kind of when there's the staff and when there's the demand. And that's where Claim Jumpers and Watering Hole have always been.
Now, if we've piqued your interest with the mac and cheese, there's actually 3 different mac and cheese that are offered. There's a buffalo chicken, there is a pulled pork, and then there's a Flamin' Hot, which looks like they're just taking hot Cheetos and Flamin' Hot Cheetos and putting them over the top of that. A little too hot for my liking. I don't think I'd give that one a shot, but definitely want to try the pulled pork mac and cheese when that comes back.
I will say
Pork with
the pulled pork.
jalapenos, right?
Yeah, the pulled pork with jalapenos was awesome. I definitely would recommend that to anybody. I tried that at the tasting event, the food culinary event.
I still want my gastropub so bad. Just picture Moose Burger as a gastropub with that mac and cheese and some other kinds of surprises. It'd be just phenomenal.
I saw another comment on the meal snack usage. So I showed up. I was absolutely stuffed because Six Flags is trying to destroy me with these nacho mountains. But I showed up over at Chop Six, and I wanted just the egg roll, and all I had was a meal left. The gentleman at the counter very politely told me that you can't do that. The manager, he called the super or manager over, and that person came over and said, "I'm sorry, you can't do that." And then he said, "You know what? I'm just going to try to run it for you." And he offered it. He took my pass, clicked it, and he said it went through. So that's a possibility if you stay super nice and say, "Would you try to click it? Maybe it'll go through."
And I had a similar experience at the Bourbon Street. What is that now called? The Bourbon Street Cafe?
Bourbon Street Cafe.
Okay.
Which formerly known as Go Fresh.
I was rocking my chicken wrap, my buffalo chicken wrap, since the mac and cheese wasn't there, which was delicious. And then we love I will have to say, the cookies are not pre-packaged. So the cookies on the snack plan at Bourbon Street Cafe, they've baked them sometime during the day, and you get 2, and they've got sugar and chocolate chip. So that is like our go-to to leaving the park snack, because actually if we only have a couple snack credits left, we can share them. But we had a meal and a snack, and it was the same kind of thing. The employee who made a wrap in 30 seconds, I swear, so fast. She was like, "I'm sorry, we can't do that. That's not a part of your plan." And then the manager came and said, "I'm sorry, you can't do that." But she's like, and she couldn't get it to work. She's like, "The register still says that you owe $6, but you know what? If you're on your way out the park, I'll just give you the cookies." So I will say that please continue if you're doing surveys, and like, the politeness is beyond. And if I don't know the way to get this across. We're so used to hearing and reading in years past, "Oh, there's no sense of urgency. They don't care. They're just throwing." They are fast. These foods employees are fast, and they're super friendly.
Amen.
And so when they're saying no, if they have to say no, they're saying no so nicely. Like, my daughter went into Johnny Rockets, and there was a little bit of confusion on the milkshake, and they're like, "We don't know why that's on the board, but it's not in our system right now. We're really sorry." And they're sorry, and you can't even be mad when it doesn't happen. You can be a little disappointed, but you're just not mad because of the way that they're just how polite and apologetic they are.
Yeah, and there was so much shade thrown in years past, and there were a couple of rocky opens. This was the best open I've ever seen.
Kudos, and I'm glad we had. They were like that for our food event too, but it's not just that they're told to be polite and kind. It's that is the norm. That is the culture of, and I'd say all over the park. It is, something is going right. Something really just changed. And the culture is that you are kind and polite and caring to the guests. And for everyone who sees this, please be kind back. Reward kindness with kindness, reward smiles with smiles. There's really an effort there, and we don't want anyone who's coming in excited about this job to just become disgruntled. Just listen when they're saying no, look at their smile and listen to how they're doing it. And they're not doing it because they don't care about you. They're doing the best that they can, and they're being kind about it.
And as much as they lift up our day and make us have a great day, we can help return that favor, and then they'll pay it forward. The whole place is better if everyone just.
And I think if we throw Mike's comment about JB's, this is another thing. Is like, there were areas that were rough on the opening day, and the processes had been improved by the second weekend. And I know there's still room for growth. I think an area of growth still remains Thrill Burger, just because that that food court gets hit so hard, and they can't. There's a blind spot, so unless they're staffing the mobile order, they don't come over and see it. So they've got a nice rhythm going for walk up orders. That's the only one I would say just wait in line. Don't do a mobile order. You're going to wait longer on a mobile order right now. And then the drink machines are there such that no one can see if somebody's waiting for an order, and they just kind of aren't getting in the rhythm of getting those mobile orders out. So I think that's the one that needs a little help. I didn't go into Strutters. I feel bad. Strutters gets forgotten. I don't think did any of us go into Strutters? No, poor Strutter.
No, I know.
Yeah.
And I hope the Facebook user registers so we know who it is. We generally don't put the Facebook user comments up on the screen.
Yeah.
But I do have to mention this because it helps speed the line, and also, well, they just say, hey, when you're getting a drink fill, make sure you take your top off, but don't do it the wrong way. I did that. Super awkward. They were expecting me to take the bottle top off. So yeah.
Yeah. I want to go back on the mac and cheese too, real quick. This is some Ilea brought up. If you are vegetarian, you can get the mac and cheese plain. So, if you're not wanting flaming hot Cheetos on top, you can just order that mac and cheese plain, and that's
like
that's
Buffalo
always
Ranch. That would still be tasty.
Yeah, you can do that. And Sarah brought up milkshakes. It is confirmed milkshakes will be a snack at the
That's
Johnny
for the
Rocket
first
location.
time for years. I think it's been a long time, and maybe someone will know the exact. I think it
was 2019 the last time it was a snack.
what year?
2019.
Okay, it was a
Going
snack.
back to the year the group started.
Wow.
And
Zoe
where
was
are
all over them.
where are the milkshakes? Because we got ours at JB's or Johnny Rockets. And
Johnny
that was
Rockets.
and so that is the only
Yep.
milkshake place? Okay.
Yes,
that
both,
was-
either location you can get them from.
Well, and I think this is even from 2019. The milkshake was from Six Below, and I think because that was the year a lot of people had that extra dessert, and
Mhm.
milkshake was on it, and then they would go to Johnny Rockets, and Johnny Rockets would be like, "Not this milkshake." So for having the Johnny Rockets milkshake, it's been a long time, and I think they've been on and off the menu at other parks. It's really, I mean, I told my daughter who loves Johnny Rocket shakes, I'm like, it's back on the meal plan. She just like, and she just ran over there. And because I'm a good mom, I ended up just buying her the milkshake when it didn't work. But yeah, it's a big deal. And I think it's chocolate or vanilla, and it's a lot faster than when Six Below had to make all these milkshakes when everyone had desserts on there.
And it was a solid filling snack. I'm going to do that a lot this summer.
Yes, Tracy.
You're gonna give up on the cheesecake on the stick,
no.
and
I'm going to get a cheesecake and dip it in the milkshake.
Well, that's why he's got a meal and a snack.
Yes.
So yes, so Tracy said it looks like a 30-pound summer. Yeah, we thought we were gonna get a little break with the funnel cake coming off of the meal plan, and they're like, nope, here's some milkshakes.
now just wait. There's also something else coming. Once the DC area is up and running, we're going to get Captain Cold, which was formerly known as the Junkies Clubhouse.
It's always the Junkies Clubhouse. We're just not gathering there.
We are not gathering there anymore. We're using the terrace as the new gathering spot because we don't want to be disturbing guests who are in the park enjoying a meal, snack, whatever they're having there. But it's going to be Captain Cold that is going to have the Dole Whips. Unfortunately, Dole Whip is not going to be a snack item on the menu.
We'll just blame the mouse for that.
That's okay. I'll still support. Starbucks isn't a snack either, but I get my Starbucks every visit. So
that's right.
Starbucks and my Dole Whip. You know which side of the park I'm going to be on, given with those two locations. You can find me there. Yes, scroll that Dole Whip across the bottom. But they're also going to have another interesting snack at that stand. It's going to be a cinnamon sugar pretzel. And it's going to be served with a Bavarian cream dipping sauce.
Oh.
And it comes with free dipping sauce. We don't have to pay $1 or $1.99 like you do for cheese.
I think it's included with it. If I'm giving wrong information, I'm sure somebody will possibly let me know if I'm passing the wrong info on and maybe get that corrected, but yes, that sounds absolutely delicious. I think that's what I have with the little changes. Oh, when Steelworks Pub opens up, that's formerly Capone's. It's going to be the same menu. So if you're a fan of the spaghetti,
It's not. There's no Meatball Hero.
oh, they took that off, but I know the spaghetti's there though.
Yeah.
Do we get a discount for Starbucks? If you're a Legacy member, yes, you do. I enjoy my 50% off Starbucks every time.
Now, someone commented in brownies as snack, and I went into Trudy's, right? Yeah, Trudy's, and they said no. I tried
That's
to
fudge.
pull a snack on a brownie.
That's fudge. That's
fudge.
fudge
Oh,
at
fudge.
Trudy's.
Fudge. The brownies, I believe, are at Strutter's and
I'm trying to look right now over.
they're for
I
sure
think it's JB's.
the JB's. For sure at Bourbon Street, they have all the little baked goods.
I missed the Rice Krispie treats at Bourbon Street.
Oh, that's going back. And aren't the brownies, are they?
They're
Are they-
prepackaged, aren't they?
Prepackaged, I believe they're gluten-free
They're
too.
gluten-free.
Yeah, somebody was asking about gluten-free. I know Sarah knows some places where there's gluten-free, right? Some stuff.
It's hard. I mean, there's a lot of gluten in the park.
Yeah.
It is hard. I mean, I would hope that I do believe that they're labeled in the app. What is at least what's vegetarian is labeled. I don't know if we're labeling gluten free yet, but they do. All the locations have a book, and if you ask, they can look at the book. Truffles at Trudy's. I didn't. Oh, that must be. So I walked in
Yeah, they
there.
have
And it's
truffles there.
phenomenal in there. I had no idea what that was. Maybe that was truffles. That's cool.
Anything else on dining from anyone? Comments?
I had something. Oh, I can't remember. I had something that was like really important, but it was so
The
important.
pizza's back to normal at Primos.
The good pizza, yeah. I would
Yeah,
say
they-
the Primos,
Way
They're
better
just
than
saying-
And they're faster
ahead.
too. That line
Just
seems
on-
to go quick.
On opening day, the pretzels, I do not get pretzels as the season goes on because they are hard. They're not very good. If they continue what opening day was, which is the only day I've been able to go so far, the pretzels were awesome. And I just got to give it up to the culinary team for finding a way to make sure those stay soft and, one of my family's favorites. So just the food items this year have been so far. Opening day was awesome for us, and everything I've seen that you guys have posted the other days has been just amazing.
I'm going to bring up a little anecdote about the pretzels too. I'm over at Trolley Treats ordering my pretzel, and I made a comment, just a side quip. Imagine that from me. And I said, "Oh, I love me a fresh pretzel." And the gentleman who was walking around with the carrier on his stomach, or the pretzel delivery guy, he said, "You like fresh ones? I'll give you fresh ones." And he opened that thing up, and the employee handed me two right out of the delivery mechanism. And I got that pretzel. That thing was super fresh, and I marched right over to member services with his name and said, "You got to put through a compliment card for this guy." Just that, once again, little extras, little things that happen. A certain place in the center of Florida tries to say that they own those niceties, and no, they don't. We're doing it all over the place at our park, and it's
someone
awesome.
with a background in hospitality did some amazing training, and did some just kudos to it. It's noticed, and for us to notice that right away, 2 weeks in, when we're I was feeling really down and disgruntled about the park at the end of the year, and not because the park did anything wrong. It's just I was kind of tired of it. I'm like, and this has just refreshed my love for the park, and just like little things like that. I'm hungry too.
Going back to the brownies, I finally found it. The 4 locations you can pick up the brownie is going to be Flame Jumpers, the Bourbon Street Cafe, Primos, and Strutters.
Oh. Yum yum. I know we've posted numerous times. Maybe we'll just clarify with the drink bottles. It is, if you have not purchased a drink bottle yet for 2022, I would say go for the stainless. It's only $5 more. Then it's $35 and there's not a discount. Like, this is new. In the past, if you bought, number one, there's no % off discount for members on those kinds of products because it's like you're buying a drink season pass and we don't get discounts for those. But in the past, if you bought like 3 drink bottles, each one would go down in price. Or if you bought 2, this year it is $34.99 for a drink bottle. Correct, Bob?
Yes.
For plastic.
Yep.
But
Plastic.
for the stainless steel one, which no one's here to run me one, but $39.99 for the season one. So if you haven't bought it yet, I would highly recommend getting the stainless steel bottle. It's easier to wash. It stays. I left mine in my car and the ice was still there the next morning. It's just so much easier. If you already have your drink bottle from last year, you can exchange that for a stainless steel bottle all season for $20. Members go to member services, and is it 50? And are there's the member one 50 and 20, or is it down to? Because I remember. Okay, just because the member one is, it is going to be a little more because it's good for multiple seasons. So if you're buying it all outright, it's 50, but no member's going to do that because if you haven't used your replacement yet this year, you're going to ask for a replacement, give it back to them, and $20, and then you have your.
Yeah, and just to clarify, when Sarah said bring in if you got the plastic cup last year and you want to upgrade,
I meant 2022.
2022 plastic cup.
Yeah, I know we all
cup.
love a good deal, and we're always trying to make sure we can, hack the system, and we also need to do so within the rules. Like, you can get a good deal, but we're not bringing in orange drink bottles. We're not bringing in couple, 2022 or 2020 bottles, which would have been through 2021 or, whatever color was before that. It's only the magenta one. So if you already picked up your magenta one and you want to do the upgrade, I highly recommend it because those plastic ones, they melt. I've never been able to get the bottom clean. And I just love that stainless steel bottle stays clean and it doesn't sweat all over the place. It is not replaceable if it's lost or stolen. Even the member one is not replaceable if it's lost or stolen. So you do have to have a plan of attack with just making sure you keep it nice.
I would just have to say those handles are not the best.
No, I actually purchased a neoprene holder for it. They're 32 ounces. I found that out by ordering for 32 ounces and comparing with. So if you go on Amazon and order one that's 32 ounces, I found one that has a small handle and then it also has a big handle and it has some choices. And I think I got a pack of 4 for like $15 for my family, and they fit perfectly. And what's nice for me is it's really easy to just pull the cup out. So then that holder isn't getting gunked up when they fill it up.
Yeah, it was really nice. The one that you had. I think it had like a clip thing on it too, didn't it?
Yeah, it had a clip, and then I could actually extend it if I wanted to. It was really nice.
Yeah, this is going to be, too, I'm just jumping in here, not change subject, but last chance to get in for the giveaway. So if you haven't commented already, be sure
and
to
register.
Yes, if you do need to be registered, if you're popping up as Facebook user, we're not putting you into our drawing because you, along with probably half the people in here, are not registered. So you do have to be registered.
I think if we move on, see, we've covered flash pads and dining are always the big things. I didn't really entertainment. Yeah, that we have spring shows. That was actually something that surprised us. I didn't catch any of them, so I'm going to leave that to the people who did.
Jamie, I'll leave that for you.
She's asleep.
Just keep you awake here.
First, we had the steam drums, which has a lot of some of the same songs from the summer show last year. So the cast is split up. They have half the cast does steam drums. I think it's 1:00 or 1:15, and then the other half of the cast is doing a kids show over at Mooseburger. Oh, there's Brent with the cup.
I'll have to get mine with my carrier on it.
And then we have Party Gras, which you will often see me dancing. I feel sorry for anybody watching me dance or
The
taking
juicy
pictures.
wiggle.
Yep. And my daughter's very upset they took away Play That Sax, but I think they have a new song in the beginning this year. And then they have so if you didn't catch the steam drum at 1, then you can go catch it again at 4:15. Or the kids club. Those are simultaneous. And then they're closing out the night with a little character dance party. And they have a show at the stage at the end of the night. So quite a good lineup for a spring show, for the spring season, I should say.
Yeah, even opening season, like the beginning of it. Usually they don't have stuff right away.
Just hold it in
there
your
we
little
go.
holder. It does. Oh, of course. It does pull out like this, and then it's a really, really simple up and down. And then
I have that same thing, and I love it because I can hook it on my backpack and not worry about it.
Yeah, this is really that plastic carrier, and I looked at getting another plastic carrier, and I was like, we're gonna lose these. And then also, I feel like if we ever had to leave these on a ride, they're not as conspicuous.
And then we use the Cricut to mark it up. One side of mine has my name, and the other side says Junkies.
I have a Cricut. I don't have talent with the Cricut.
Well, it wasn't me. It was other people did it for me.
Yeah, I might. Maybe I'll hire. Brent's wife is a wizard at the Cricut.
Cricket junkie, yeah.
This might be not my project.
All right, let's do this before we finish. Let's give that Parkscape away.
Sure.
That way we'll give that away. Laura, do you got a prize wheel ready for us?
I was told to do this.
And while we're spinning up the prize wheel, I did hear I saw a comment in the Junkies Facebook site, and it was
You want to click on share?
Oh yeah.
Caitlin's asking for a link. I'll put a link on in our group for the bottle holders. I bought them in a set of 4. They were different colors too.
I think I have it on there already. And there was a comment the other day from last year.
Awesome. Probably the same
Okay,
exact
so
thing.
here is the prize wheel. I have put in everybody's name who has commented so far. And
I should have gotten my name in there.
Yeah, really.
Oh, here we go.
I bought 2 of the Parkscapes and put one on my desk at work.
Holy moly.
Well, look at that.
What were the chances?
All right. So I think so the rule is I was told to do this. I don't have straight fingers.
Vanna Sarah.
I'm sorry if it looks gross. I can't straighten my fingers. So Sydney, if you message me sometime, you have between now.
she just commented in the group.
Oh, good. So just send me your address, and I will send this because I am not sure when I will be in the park. I'm putting myself on a timeout till I finish my writing. I have to earn 6 bucks.
Giggling from Sydney? No.
No, she doesn't. Giggle.
Never.
She's the quietest person. All right.
Let's see. Other new
Attractions? Now, Laura and I were only there opening day. It was too cold for us to go on rides, so we really can't speak to attractions. But
We got a whole bunch of new tables in the food court We got a whole bunch of new benches around the park.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mention that.
like it's really visually, we think of Six Flags as being, the impression that people have of it is it being like crowded, kind of dumpy with advertising everywhere. There's not a ton of advertising. Like it doesn't look like you're at a big commercial all the time, and I don't know if that'll come back or, but a lot of that's been taken out. Uh, the midways have been cleaned up. Anything that's just kind of worn down that they could take, that they could, clean up, they turned into just common areas. So there's a lot of areas to just, especially trying to be a family area where families and friends can just gather.
Yes.
It's really nice to have those places. So even like in County Fair by the games, they've cleaned that. They removed the soccer game and they moved that over by Rouladage. But there's so many places to gather. And I think I was talking with Kim. We all think of, if I want a lot of choices for meals, I need to go to the food court so we all have choices. I was noticing, especially with mobile order and Bourbon Street having that window, and then what did they call
Big Lou's?
If Big Lou's opens, with the amount of seating that is now in Orleans can function as that food court, and it's not as busy. Like you can go over to Orleans and it's a very pleasant place to eat now, with all the choices, even with only having the cafe and pizza and even Johnny Rockets. There are plenty of places for a family to gather, and it's really easy to pick up food for picky eaters that want different things. So that's one of my tips, is that use Orleans and you don't have to deal with the food court. Red Demon was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh
and they
yeah,
have
the paint
seating.
job.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, the seating. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the seating in front of X-Flight too. There's been so many times in years past where I would turn around from Macho Nacho or Chopsticks and go, I don't have any place to sit now. There's seating all over the place.
But now the food truck has nowhere to park.
No, it totally does. Right in the middle of the games area, there's like this huge spot right next to the dip. I could totally do it.
Measured it out.
Yeah, they took out the bell game so they can park it right there, Brent.
Yep.
Oh, they put seating there though. The bell game. There's seating there. They moved the wooden thing over. That was like the
old bench.
The horse on it. Yeah. They moved that over there with some more tables around it.
Yeah. Yeah, they did take off. I mean, I see. I actually saw like as far as games, like more of the arcades coming back, which is cool. Like even seeing the arcade in Southwest that was very active with like a game and ticket redemption center. That was really cool to see. I think we really haven't had one running for a while like that. Justice League, no more 3D glasses. And, yeah, we had, really a lot of changes to clean things up, and we could see a lot more happening when we walked through the DC area too. Just the space in that DC area.
They're not gone forever. They will be back. They're getting rethemed. They will be back when the DC area opens.
The DC area really, for our family, reminded us of Six Flags New England. That they actually have a heroes. Their DC area is separated between heroes and villains, and so their swings are villain swings. But it did remind us of that.
I just love seeing the love they're giving the park. It's such an amazing thing.
The colors of the buildings in the DC area, just with those they're reminding me of my impression. I think when I first went to the park when I must have been like 7 or 8, just how bright and like blue when Tidal Wave was there. It's kind of giving a little throwback to Tidal Wave, seeing that baby blue coming out some places.
A lot of bushes and stuff cut down so you can actually like see through things now too. You can actually see on the other side of things.
I would like to see some like shade canopies added over some of the seating and maybe some of the ride lines, because we did lose some shade. I'd love to see some shaded areas added, and maybe we'll see that.
Yeah, I feel like I saw a bunch of polls in a bunch of areas where there weren't previously polls. I'm not positive on that, but I
You
feel
did.
like, yeah.
Over by the county fair games.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We'd have to get some sunshine before we could need shaded areas.
Yeah,
So if anybody wants to send us some sunshine.
that.
If you're tuning in and you don't live in the area, we're experiencing November today.
It's 34 degrees out right now. Yes, Gary, I found the poll.
Of course.
Inappropriate things happened.
I guess if we talk about merchandise, we didn't. I didn't see a ton of stuff. Actually, yeah, I will say, El Mercado. Go to El Mercado. If you are missing the old school Looney Tunes, they have that. I mean, that's always been the Looney Tunes place, but their merchandise is really fun. All their Looney Tunes stuff. I shout out Mark and Heather bought the. I saw them with her bunny, his bunny, or her rabbit. Very cute. Also, Space Jam. So Toon Squad is there. I thought that was the merchandise star for me of all of the different places. Really cute. Like you could pick a character. I think there was a Taz shirt that's like, I'm just here for the tacos, and like really fun stuff. With
Marvin the Martian in mass, and I love him.
Yeah. They do have the ears, whatever ears were left, they put back in that Looney Tune, so you can get Roadrunner ears and you can get Coyote ears, and I think maybe Daffy ears. No, Bugs ears. It'd be really cool. You know, I am with kids all the time, and they love their animal ears right now. It would be really cool to get some Bugs ears. Right now, all I see is a little Great Wolf Lodge ears walking around the park sometimes. That's a wish. Yeah, a lot of Marvin stuff.
Yeah. Someone really did a great job over in the, I call it Wizard's Workshop. I don't know if that's the official title for that building on over by Cartoon.
by Loggers.
Yeah,
Loggers
over by Loggers. That store was in Cartoon. Okay, I was looking through the window. Probably shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And the store was not ready to open at the beginning, but then all of a sudden it opened, and that appears to be where they've relocated all the Cape merchandise from what was the Cape store, now an arcade. I saw all the capes in there now, and it looked really good. It was also a fun store for me.
They had big old Moji poop hats, like extra large.
Oh yes, and the little ones, the reversibles, the red emoji poop and he's frowning, and yeah, I would be too. And then the flip him over and he's smiling.
Yeah, a lot of we look forward to seeing different things come in and out of merchandise. I like the retro kind of 70s, 80s Six Flags logo coming up. No, I didn't see any. I wasn't, maybe I thought it looked kind of 90s throwback in El Mercado, and I liked it. Not picky. If I'm buying something, if my kids want it, they want it.
Tracy, I'm not sure what you mean by too cold for me. You're the one who goes home all the time.
Do you have a date on Max? Did Max Force not open yet?
No.
Probably when it decides to not be winter. Because I would imagine that it's been so cold and rainy. I'd imagine that maybe it hasn't even gotten its cycles in. Because how could you even do that during the week when it's
Yeah, I would love
degrees?
to know if that's just like, we just can't compress the air appropriately at a certain temp or what it is. But I'd love to just know so you could set your expectations.
Yeah. Oh, the Bugs. The Emporium has not opened yet. I think that one looked like they were retooling that. Traditionally, that's been the one where you can get ride-specific merchandise, and I hope so. I like that they're theming a little bit. So you've got El Mercado is for your Looney Tunes. X Gear, you kind of get your edgy things, just some of your fun. Like they've got a lot of the couples things in there. Some fun things in there. flags, your traditional, I want my Six Flags sweatshirt. It says Six Flags Great America. That's where you're going to get it at Flags. And you said the capes are in the cartoon cabin now?
Capes are pretty much in all the stores. They've moved them around.
Yeah. And then that used to be that the Emporium was where you could get your ride merchandise. We'll see what shows up.
And then just
I saw
one
a
last
lot of
thing.
the ride. Oh, go ahead, James.
Just one last thing. I know we're going to wrap up here soon, but I see a couple comments about characters and Marvin. We have not seen in our park in a while. Ilya, I'm hoping we will see Marvin this year. I did get to see Marvin in St. Louis already this year, so hopefully Marvin will make his way north. But you know, Grand Music Hall is a great place to see those characters. They're right out there most of the day so far. Every day they've been open. In the Hometown Square area, so catch them.
Yeah, they've been all over the place up front in hometown. And if Marvin can space travel, I hope he can make a 5-hour jaunt between two parks.
I would love his kiddie ride to come back up. I loved that ride. Not that I got to ride it, but it was cute.
I was going to say that the pin collection, I was really searching for pins last year for Joshua as he began to ride rides he could never ride before. And there was a lot of them back, but it's a lot of the same ones. So I would be hoping I could find some for other rides.
Yeah, it doesn't look like, I mean, other than getting all the Looney Tunes, I didn't see any pins, and I didn't see a ton of new merchandise, which means we're probably just looking forward to seeing more as the season progresses.
There was a cute shirt in the Max Force store. You'd have to ask Jim there what it said, but it was something about liking it and riding it. And I thought that was hilarious for the park.
Awesome. I did the fuel rod. Those are in a lot of them. If you are looking for fuel rod, especially since phones are getting used a lot, if you need one, they do have fuel rod in a lot of the stores. I'm in the big ones. I know that it was in the X Flight store, in Max Force, in El Mercado.
Cartoon Cabin has it too.
Cartoon Cabin.
I was going to assume
Max
Cartoon
Force had one too.
Which one?
Max Force.
Max Force. Yeah, and I was going to assume that probably Emporium has one too. I happen to need one at one point. I was on the east side of the park and there was nothing open that had it.
Goliath has it too.
Oh, awesome. So they are $30 to get one, but they have a membership they're $3. It's $3.24 every time you exchange it, but you can actually go into Fuel Rod and do a membership for $20. But my app wasn't connecting with the Fuel Rod machine, so it knew what machine I was standing at, but then it wouldn't accept it. So I did have to pay the $3. So I'm going to be I contacted Fuel Rod. I'm waiting to hear back to find out, I think it's on their end why it's not connecting before I do that $20 unlimited thing, but it was pretty convenient for us. We did buy two. I think it was 2 for $45, but then if you're going to do them, maybe see if you can get them directly from Fuel Rod. They might be cheaper, but I found it convenient.
All right. Anything else before we wrap this up? We're just over an hour here.
Just bring your patience.
Yeah.
A lot of rides were going down, even on Saturday and Sunday. A lot of them were going down. So just bring your patience. They're trying their best. I think they were only running lots of one trains, so it was getting kind of bogged up with that too.
And, shout out and good luck to all the employees that are working at Physics Day coming up here. I think it's tomorrow. Enjoy that. It's a whole, and also as we start to get some weekdays that open up coming up, remember that those days field trips are back. So just know if there's a question of what kind of crowd or who's going to be at the crowd, just know who it'll be, and God bless employees.
All All right, I think that about do it for this episode. Thank you.
Do we have any questions?
Yeah, do we have any questions real quick before we
Vita was asking something about PhotoPass.
Oh, right now they're only doing rides. They're trying to hire people to take. Oh, okay. It'd be great if they can find the people. Takes a really outgoing. Remember back in the day when they'd be like, "Stop for a picture, stop for a picture."
I missed them in the water park.
You want them in the water park?
Yeah. They used to have it like they were in the wave pool with you or in the lazy river.
Well, we'd have to pay more than like $20 for that.
I don't know. I had it. I got the pictures.
Right side X-Flight camera is working now. Great. That's awesome. And those are the only on-ride photographs that are allowed on the Junkies page.
Yes.
Yes,
Told
that's a
everyone.
reminder. Yeah, for those who are unaware, any on-ride photos will be deleted.
Or videos.
Or videos, yeah, or photos. Now, it's a picture of you sitting in the train before it leaves. That's one thing, but once that thing leaves, the station, you shouldn't be having your camera out. It doesn't matter if you're on a ride and it breaks down and you're stuck. You don't know who's around that, or when that ride's going to start again. So just no on-ride photos.
A question about points. Will they bring back better rewards for points? Probably not. I would imagine that if there's something that you want, then we don't know the future of the points program because that was part of the membership. We do know season pass holders are welcomed into it, but yeah, I don't know.
Some parks didn't even know anything about it when we did ask about it. So
yeah. Oh, which I'll say it again. What used to be the member entrance, and this is for members and season pass holders, it is now the priority entrance. So if you have admission that is on a card or on an app, and it is admission that can come more than one day, you are entitled to the priority entrance. And someone said, well, is anyone not a priority? Well, look at the line. The lines are usually better further down if you go towards Superman. So maybe the priority entrance isn't something that you need to work, that you want to use that day, but it is for everyone.
And we have not seen a Goodwill entrance at all yet this year either.
No, and they didn't have that last year, though, did they?
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right.
Hi, Melissa. Even though we're about to say bye here, but we'll say hi though.
Bye.
We'll say hi. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in and listening to us ramble for the past hour. Hopefully we had some good information for you.
I would think we didn't have a lot of complaints. I feel like if we compare this to last year, it's like we're just like, hey, this feels like an update that we would give in like the end of June.
Yep.
Kind of rolling.
Yes.
So congratulations to all the park staff and park management and anyone responsible for the training efforts that you had. I guess our next time we'll get on here is unless something happens, when we start getting ready for Hurricane Harbor. So
that or when DC Universe opens, we might.
Yeah, we might just. Yeah. That might be an idea.
About that.
Yeah, but I mean, for us to be like, yeah, it's just going well. Congratulations. There's definitely, you have something to celebrate.
Yes,
and
great
thank
job.
you.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you. And again, we can't say thank you enough for inviting us out to the training event.
Yes.
Oh, and I forgot to say the park was clean. I saw tables getting clean all the time. I have to acknowledge that.
And people picking up stuff all the time too.
Yeah, I mean, and I got so mad when someone left something on the table, but like new tables, keeping them clean, just pride in everything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. All right. Well, good night, everyone. Bye.